The international headquarters for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is here in Chicago. During this pandemic, Saturday's board meeting was virtual, and in the middle of the meeting, there was an abrupt interruption.
People were crying, shouting, praising God for the opportunity and for her accomplishment.
Members learned one of their own was officially named Vice President-elect. Kamala Harris pledged at AKA's founding chapter at Howard University.
We had to take a break because people were just so elated and emotional about it. It's a proud moment for us. And we know that she is going to do what she can on behalf of all Americans.
My reaction was just so celebratory, full of joy, full of celebration, but also being able to understand I'm really living through her story, history.
Takira Du Bois pledged at U of I and is now a grad student at Howard University. Du Bois, a first-generation college graduate, says she is seeing herself in the election of Vice President-elect Harris.
The rise of Kamala Harris is as mysterious as the organizations she associates with. Harris is a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, part of the Divine Nine. This sorority represents the goddess Katesh, a Semitic goddess of Syrian or Sumerian origin, who was assimilated into the Egyptian pantheon during the 18th dynasty of the New Kingdom. She is the goddess of nature, sacred ecstasy, and sexual pleasure. In their Greek nature, they are the sacred whores and prostitutes that protect the monarchy and the kingdom. The women of the rings of Katesh were commanded to seduce dissenters looking to overthrow Cleopatra's throne. After Cleopatra's death, the ring expanded to Greece and Rome, and were reported to have protected men such as Alexander the Great and Michelangelo. Coincidentally, Kamala Harris started out as a maiden of powerful San Francisco politician Willie Brown, a member of the San Francisco NAACP and Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Brown authored and lobbied the Consenting Adult Sex Bill, which legalized homosexuality in California in 1975, and from that year to 1978 supported the People's Temple, led by Jim Jones. The People's Temple was a religious organization that combined elements of Christianity with communist ideology, best known for the events of November 18, 1978, in Guyana, when 909 people died in mass suicide. Brown attended the temple at least a dozen times, and at one point introduced Jones as a combination of Martin King, Angela Davis, Albert Einstein, and Chairman Mao. Jones was indeed a communist who had become frustrated, especially during the trial of Julius and Ethel Rosenberg. Here he is seen receiving the Martin Luther King Jr. Humanitarian Award from Pastor Cecil Williams in 1977. Willie Brown is also a Prince Hall Freemason. Hall's relationship with Kamala Harris goes back to the 1990s, while he was still married, but separated from his wife Blanche, who shared a home with him on the aptly named Masonic Street. Brown was 60. Harris, 29. Brown would finesse the young Alameda County prosecutor into not one, but two well-paying appointments, the California Medical Assistance Commission and the Unemployment Insurance Appeals Board. The pair split when Brown was inaugurated as San Francisco mayor. Harris would continue to receive support from Brown, leading to her election as San Francisco District Attorney in 2004. By then, Brown was facing an FBI corruption investigation for handing out lucrative city contracts and appointments. By this time, Harris was dating talk show host Montel Williams. In 2015, then AG Harris was found to be running a clandestine Masonic Fraternal Order of Police that claimed to be descendants of the Roman Catholic Knights Templar, which led to 3 arrests: David Henry, otherwise known as Henry X, Tonette Hayes, and Brandon Keel. Keel was discovered to be on Harris's payroll, and making matters even more peculiar, had proper state business permits, licenses, and state private security guard permits. Just hours after charges were dropped against Brandon Keel, David Inc. Henry died of a pulmonary embolism.
I understand that, what are you doing?
I'm giving a blessing to the audience.
I don't think they appreciate it. They were throwing it back.
Well, they thought it was a curse. Would you like me to show them how the sign of the curse works?
Sign of the
completely
curse?
different.
How does it go?
No, not at you people out there in the audience, but this is the difference.
Aim it toward Red China, would you?
This is the sign of the horn. A curse sign, the two fingers extended. This way, spread apart for sort of shotgun blast, you know.
I always
all over,
figured if I ever
when
met
it's
the devil, it'd have dirty fingernails. Go on.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Where?
Dirty fingernails.
Well, that's because I've been fooling around with your equipment.
Never mind. Don't blame it on the studio. Go on with it.
All right.
So that's the sign of the horn, and then what happens? Is that it?
Well, there are other ones, too.
Yeah, what are the other ones?
The other one's, one of them's the pox sign. That's 3 fingers extended.
Pox on you?
A pox on you. During the Middle Ages, this was...
Yeah. Oh, yes.
But
You're
originally...
a bad cat.
Well, you have to be bad to be good.